I know since the start of Guardian games, all everyone's really been talking about is the brand new Strand Scout Rifle, which, I mean, to be fair, is a very damn good weapon. It's got some fantastic rolls, and I absolutely love it as well too. But I think people are overlooking the title because it really didn't have good rolls last year, and I'm gonna be honest, they didn't really add much this year, but they did actually add one roll that I think is fantastic for PvE and is almost a must-have for hunters, especially if you don't have the Unforgiven from the Duality Dungeon. So let's go over this roll here. So the roll that I'm currently using on the title has a chambered compensator, ricochet rounds, and then for what's important with it is threat detector and then repulsor brace. And repulsor brace on a Void Hunter is one of the strongest perks in the entire game, because with the build, I mean, I'm be honest, if you're playing Void Hunter, you're going to be using your Falcon's Harbor, which is one of the strongest exotics in the entire game. This is generally one of the strongest builds in the entire game, and you can just plug this weapon into it, and it then becomes already even better than it was before. And as well too, plus with its origin trait, Classic Contender, final blows with this weapon grant class ability energy. You're going to be able to fund back your class ability, which allows for more invis, which allows for more volatile rounds. Especially, this will be especially good for next season when we lose volatile flow. Obviously we don't know what we're going to be getting, if we're getting anything like that again, who knows, but losing that, this will basically just make it pretty much even easier to just constantly keep that cycle flowing at all times. So let's go over the build here that I'm going to be using this with then. So it's going to be pretty much the same as my video, but I might as well just go over here again. So I'm going to be using Shadow Shot, Mobius Quiver, Marksman Dodge, Snare Bomb, Vortex Grenades, and then aspects are going to be Stylus Executioner. Defeating a weakened, suppressed, or volatile target grants ability, invisibility, or true sight. After performing a Stylus Executioner, your next melee attacks while invisible weakens targets. And then the last aspect is going to be Vanishing Step. Dodging makes you invis. For the fragments here, going to be using Echo of Cessation, Echo of Starvation, Echo Obscurity, and then Echo of Undermining. Going to the armor here, obviously using your Falcon's Harbor, which states your void weapons gain volatile rounds after you emerge from being invis. When you're invisible and defeat a combatant while using a finisher, all of your weapons gain bonus damage. You and your nearby allies gain a reserve overshield and improved class ability regeneration. These reserve overshields can be deployed by using a class ability. For the mods, you're going to be using Void Weapon Siphon, Heavy Ammo Scout, and then Heavy Ammo Finder for the helmet. For gloves, going to be using Focusing Strike, Bolstering Detonation, and Impact Reduction. Chest piece, going to be using Charged Up, Concussive Dampener, and Sniper Damage Resist. For the boots, going to be using Void Weapon Surge 3 times. Best way to use it is just take advantage of as much weapon surge as you can, especially since you're not going to be abusing double special like a lot of builds that I use and a lot of people use will, so this is just kind of nice to maximize as much damage as you can for the title. And then lastly for class item, 2 stacks of Bomber and Time Dilation to really up that surge damage. I'm telling you guys to not overlook this SMG. This thing's an absolute monster, and I think it is definitely worth your time. I understand that SMGs aren't really that king for late endgame content, like I'm talking GMs. They're not really the best pick. They are useful, don't get me wrong, and especially on GMs on Hunter on this class, they're definitely very useful. But obviously, you know, going the safer route with like scout rifles, pulse rifles, stuff like that is obviously going to be a better pick. But trust me, get this SMG and plug it into this build, and I'm telling you, you will have a damn good time with it. But anyway, guys, that's going to be the video here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.